Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasure of having someone on the line with me who has told me a pretty crazy story, and I wanted to share it with you with this person's blessing. This person happens to be a friend of a friend who saw a video of mine and I guess, wanted to speak to me, share some ideas just about, things that was going on in general with men and women, relationships, etc. Because as we know, relationships have pretty much been like garbage time in the fourth quarter of your favorite sport. Right, it's the bottom of the fourth. There's probably a minute left. The home team is leading by 30, and people are just Hail Marys or shots from beyond half court, just desperate attempts. This is how relationships are looking to me. I can't speak for everybody, but his situation is that his wife is basically from hell. I will let him tell it, but here's some of the highlights. This man's been married for several years, over a decade, has a bunch of kids, nice home, 2 cars, and all of a sudden his wife is like one day, oh, we gotta talk. Okay, we gotta talk about what? I want a divorce. A what now? From the divorce, it goes to, oh, well, we could have an open relationship. A what now? When he doesn't agree, this woman accuses him of SA. Then the marshals are looking for him. He ends up wrecking his car on the side of the highway, almost gets impaled by one of those street signs, right? Impaled in the head, right? Saw pictures of it. And from there, it's just progressively worse. So, as I said, I have him on the line. I want him to tell just a bit of his story so you guys can get some context. He is up to do a longer show if people are interested in the whole story and all the details, which I told him I don't think that we should go into because, need to at least keep a sense of anonymity. But he wanted to put it out there because, when things happen in Hollywood to other people that are super filthy rich, and it's like, Hollywood people are weird anyway, so they go through a divorce and it's nasty. They're like, okay, this person has what, 400 million, and they have to split it, and this person is getting a retarded amount of child support, like 200 grand a month. You can't even fathom, like 200 grand a month. Not even making that a year. What are you talking about? A kid needs 200 grand a month. Really? In this economy? Okay. But yeah, it's just weird. But when it happens to a regular 9 to 5 guy, and especially one that felt like he was doing everything that he had to do, right? The whole father thing, the whole dad thing, taking care of the home. And it's like he comes to that point, it's like, wow, I never saw this coming. And that's why we're going to talk to him. So bear with me while I get him. All right, I got him on the line. Let's go. Let's go to the call. This should be good. Hey, DJ, you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, man, we had a lot of back and forth trying to get this little setup going, but I already gave an intro to the viewers about the kind of situation that you went through, and you contacted me. You wanted to share a part of your story, so without further ado, I mean, get into it. Tell me exactly what happened about this wife from hell kind of situation that you went through.
For sure, for sure. So, first and foremost, I was married for 14 years.
Mm,
And then in that time, the marriage had its ups and downs. We had our ups and downs, but nothing to say that would have caused, okay, well, I would have a divorce.
right.
We had a business, we had a beautiful house, we had kids involved,
Mm,
and next thing I know, wife just came up to me, telling me, you mean the world to me, and all that sweet talk. And I was trying to figure out where this was going.
Mm.
And then by the same time she was telling me that, I heard this voice keep telling me, "Don't trust your wife. Go download an app and record her."
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
that was very strange. I did not, I couldn't really put the two together on why, that was me.
So did you picked up a strange vibe from her? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So eventually she like wine and dine me, and eventually she just said, "Oh, my friends and them said I deserve better, and I want to divorce." I was like, "Whoa!" So right then, I kind of put two
Wait,
and two together.
her friend said she needs to do better.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Basically, in a sense that she couldn't, really go out when she wanted to. She wanted to hang out with single friends, go, to bars and drink, and and then they now have friends not
That's
sleeping around.
that's the idea of doing better. So she didn't have any married friends to hang out with?
Yeah, she did, but she didn't want to be around it.
Ah, okay.
So,
All right.
with no further ado, I know we don't have much time. So anyway, I'm just kind of make it quick and short. So basically, if all that's said and done, once I get the divorce part, I basically went to the bathroom, downloaded the app, came back, talked to her, and I gave her time and date. Every time I come around, I always give the time and date and the day, so make sure that everything is recorded.
Right.
And then, and next thing I know, man, the craziest thing, she came to me telling me let's have an open relationship. She wants to spend overnight and weekend with me. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then she's like, and then that was when she turned around and said, okay, well, if you're not going to do that, look what's going to happen to you. Next thing I know, my car was taken from me. She took my kid by her boyfriend. Second, next thing after that, it's almost like stages. Like once she plugged this thing, man.
Right.
Next thing I know, I got a call by the marshals telling me that they need to talk to me for when I can go back to my house because they're out to arrest me for sexual assault and abuse. I attacked my wife with a baseball bat. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
So I told the marshal, hey, listen, that never happened.
Mm.
And I told him, you can come get me if you want.
Right.
I'm not gonna run because I'm not innocent.
Right.
And then I played all the recordings for him.
Mm.
He asked me if I have a lawyer. I get a lawyer right now. I talked to the lawyer, and I talked to the marshal. So I will show up in court. They signed some paperwork. They sent it to me, signed it, sent it back, and that's why I was not arrested.
Wow.
Next thing I know, we went to court. In the court hearing, I basically decided to leave the house into business for her, and I left her to take care of her business alone.
Mm.
So the judge was so upset and so, fuming for what she did, online, because she didn't realize I had recorded her. So when I submitted the evidence, the judge was so upset at her.
Right.
Then the judge finally reckoned out to talk. She said, she had a lawyer discuss how she can get me kicked out of the house, and what's the worst possible thing she can do to get me out. And he said the worst of the worst accuse me, those allegations, and that's how they got me kicked out of the house. And she can basically get to keep the house and the business basically having some edge on me by having that, and say I'm gonna press charges against her so I can go to jail. So then,
Wow.
So that was proven, and she would basically get everything in the house, the business. I would have no right to my kids,
So the fact that it was proven that the allegations she made were false, nothing happened to her? Like,
yeah, and that's the sad thing, that they only got her for the warning. That's the sad part about it. And I could have gone to jail and lose my whole life.
yeah, if you did not have those recordings,
Yes,
Yeah, we probably wouldn't be talking right now.
pretty much.
That's
And you know,
crazy.
and then the sad thing about it too, even after after she took the car from me, I bought myself another car, and she even tried to take the car too. But thank God I gave her the wrong year model of the car, and
So
that's
she
what.
took she took both vehicles that y'all had while y'all were married,
Yeah,
and you bought another vehicle, and she tried to take that vehicle as well.
yes, sir.
Jesus
But you know,
Christ.
when God on your side, man, you know, nothing can touch you, man. And and I just pretend that I gave her the wrong model on here, and that's what saved me because it told her she knew that she bought the car, she didn't know what year and model was the car, you know.
Right.
But anyway, moving along, it was kind of we don't have much time, so pretty much all that said, um, so when everything was ruled out, the judge basically told her, you know, your husband said he doesn't want the house, he doesn't want the business, but everything's gonna go 50-50.
Right.
Within that time, they started changing all documents, making it seem as if the business has no money at all, you know. There was no
Right.
money in the account, which she opened a different account, you know. Um, the house was sold. When the
Yeah.
house was sold, they tried to lowball me by giving me a fake number, and I knew
Damn,
the
son.
market the market was high,
Right.
and I knew that for the size of the house, the size that I look at when I look at the area, what the house was selling for was 800,000, 1.5 million, and I'm like,
Right.
why you want to, you know, why sell it for so little, you know?
Right.
So it didn't make any sense to me. So I went to the realtor and I said, hey, what is the price sold for? And then he told me, well, I can't disclose the number with you because, you know, she has power of attorney.
Right.
So I said, listen here, you have power of attorney. This is my house too. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Now, if I don't sign those documents, guess what? The house is not selling. So if you want to get paid, you know, you need to give me the correct number, you
Right.
know. And then he finally told me the number. So they were $150,000 short of what the number they gave me.
Right.
So I went to the underwriter and then I went on to where you do the final writing and sign it for the house to sell the house, the
Right.
deal of sale. I told them I'm not signing it.
Right. Right.
They're like, why? I said, well, unless the number's not correct, I'm not signing it. She said, well, that's the correct number. Why you telling them that the number's not correct? I said, listen to me. If you are part of what's going on there
Right.
and you're trying to entertain them, I will sue your company for everything if you don't give me the right number. And in a twinkle of an eye, she came out and gave me the right number, and I said, I'm not even going to sign it. I walked away.
Right.
So how are you going to go from giving one number and as I said, I'm going to sue you,
You come out with a different
you come and give
number.
me the correct
That's
paperwork, you
crazy,
know?
man. That's fraud.
Yeah, yeah. But nevertheless, you know, in all of that, they claimed they had the repairs and everything. And the sale of the house, they said everything was sold as is, no repairs and everything was just as is, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they came up saying that they had made a bunch of repairs in the house, you know, and and you know, so the ruling for the seller of the house and everything, like if she sells my belongings, she has to split the money down the middle, 50-50, you know.
Right.
If she doesn't sell it, then she basically gives me, you know, this amount of portion because they took some money from my 401k to give her, so they minus that out of my 401k, so which makes me get a little
Wow.
bit less money, right?
Right.
So she sold all my belongings and everything, so therefore I was supposed to get equal amount. Then
Mm.
my marital debt was never paid. All
Mm.
of that stuff, you know, either her lawyer stole my money or she stole my money, whichever one of them, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
And I have proof, you know, of how his lawyer, he's what do you call that, one of his secretary, you know, said once you have your lawyer sign the paperwork, they will send the money to her, and then the money was never sent over,
Man.
you know. I have all that recorded. And you know the craziest thing about this, man, you know, on top of that, when I got kicked out of the house, you know, I almost lost my life. you know, because I had to stay, with a friend, driving down to the friend, he was living a certain distance,
Right.
and I had to drive a deer, came out of nowhere, hit the deer, go get the car into the ditch. I hit some type of pole, marker pole, and the
Right.
pole came right into the windscreen, almost took my life away,
Wow.
top of that.
Wow.
When God is there for you, man, nothing cannot touch you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know,
That is too close for comfort, man.
yeah, and top of that too, that was right in the middle of the pandemic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The other hearing was going on, everything was finalized, I got 50-50 custody with the kids, and next thing I got then, so I had to come and do the final signing, just one more, just a signing the paperwork, and I felt sick, I had COVID, I emailed her lawyer, I emailed the courthouse, and I also told her I have COVID, so she came to pick up the kids.
Mm.
In the morning, she went to court. She said she don't know where I'm at. And basically, they hold me for in court of contempt for not showing up in court. So
For not
basically,
showing
they
up.
changed the whole ruling,
Wow.
decision because of that. So she got now, partial custody of the kids,
Right.
primary custody,
Right.
and they granted permission to move to another part of the release. So she lives an hour and 20 minutes away, which I have to drive. Not even half of it, but I have to drive, pick up the kids, bring
Right.
them back,
Yeah.
So I actually challenged the case, and I won the case,
Right.
so I got my parental rights back, but the judge apologized to me, told me he got my email an hour after he made his verdict,
Right.
but he's not going to change anything now,
That's
because,
crazy.
we don't want to be going back and forth.
Right.
So he said to me, he's not gonna pull the kids out of the new location where they are.
Right.
He's gonna, when we get the next hearing, we're gonna revisit the whole situation and see, who's gonna get full custody of the kids, because he's gonna redo the whole verdict, and I just look at it like, it's crazy that to see that I already spent 20 G's,
Yeah.
in fees and lawyer fees, and then things didn't even go my way, and I just said, what?
Yeah.
It's all good, and I just left it alone because it actually, it wasn't my favor. Even if I had one certain part of the ruling, you would have think that for all those things that she did, they have all this evidence, they would have changed those rulings.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of cases, man, and it takes a lot for the guy to just get the kids, even when it's apparent that the mother is not the better parent.
Yeah.
And that happens all over the U.S. a lot. I mean, I don't know. The system is not really set up for you to win unless you are really familiar with the laws. And the problem is domestic matters like marriage and children, custody, that should not even supposed to be going to a judge. I mean, really speaking, y'all supposed to be able to settle that shit like two adults and work it out. But like you said when we talked previously, I think the problem here is greed.
Yes.
I think the problem is greed, and that seems to be one of the big issues. A lot of couples that even have a lot of money, they want these exorbitant amounts for child support. We talking $200,000, 400,000. I mean, just crazy
and
amounts.
Talking about child support, the crazy thing about that too, even after they made a ruling for the child support, she came back in the court, taking me back to court, saying that she about to lose her apartment. She doesn't have money. Life is hard and so difficult, and her lawyer always wanted to go to a different judge. He knew the judge,
right?
So the morning he came out of the judge office chambers, so I already knew that that was a lost case for me. You know what I'm saying? And my lawyer fought and everything she said. Even the judge couldn't even answer the question. He was like, "Well, I'll have to look that up. I never knew that, you know."
Right.
But you're supposed to be a judge, right? And if
Yeah.
she's telling them it's illegal to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And they still went ahead and charged me extra money, you know, $500 extra on top of
Wow.
what I was paying. And only to find out this woman was moving into a brand new house 2 weeks later. Now it's sad thing about it, you know, as a black man, you know, you rebelled and all of a sudden, you know, you're the bad person. I mean,
Yeah.
you were trying to take things the right way, but it still didn't go in your favor. You know what I'm saying?
Then
Like I said to
when you
myself,
rebel,
God,
then you're the
God is
angry
love. You know,
black
God will
man.
always have my back. You know,
Yeah.
I don't let those things, you know, get, you know, take over my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. That is really something, man, and I empathize with you. I know I've told you a bit of the situation that I went through and other people have went through. So just understand that it's not just you. It is happening a lot. I know if you pay attention, like you've been paying attention to the videos that I've been doing, stuff that I've been putting out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Relationships are in a bad place. Society is in a bad place. I don't know how it is going to get any better if people are not willing to change and people are not willing to make sacrifices
Well,
and build
the
each other
change.
up.
Well, the change, I found like concern the change in the changes in the court justice system, you know, because first thing, you know, you cannot tell me as a judge, you know, or as a, you know, the ones who overrule and make the decisions of what's gonna impact in our life.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
You have sense. You know what I mean? You have sense. You know from right from wrong.
mm,
Clearly, you see the wrong. Clearly, you see the evidence of everything that I submitted. I mean,
mm,
you were so upset in everything that she did to me, you know,
right,
and yet still you stuck the rule in my favor. That's to some point, but then you gave her the better beneficiary because
right,
when I even told him, how come, you know, I'm not getting my kids, his answer was, oh, mothers always get first choices. Really?
that's
After
crazy.
I told him that the kids saw her having sex, the kids actually saw her doing drugs, you know?
Mm,
You know, those are the things, you know, that will, you will think that will implement, you know, her as a bad parent, you know what I mean?
right,
They still rule in her favor on top of that. My kids over there want to leave the mother, and that's the sad thing. When I even try to bring that up to the court,
yeah,
they said to me they don't want to get the kids involved. And why? The kids have a right to who they want to live with.
right,
This woman never was around. Like, I raised those kids, you know,
right,
and I raised them. I'm always around them. She was always gone, partying, hanging out,
yeah.
and so basically I was mommy and daddy. But
I think
I was not
maybe,
good enough.
yeah, I think maybe you let her get too much of an advantage. So I take that you're not gonna get married again anytime soon.
I said I was never gonna get married, but you know what? You cannot, you cannot not, you cannot put everybody in that category because you never know. You don't wanna miss your blessings. You know what I'm saying,
Right.
because there's always out of the millions, there's one out of a million. You know what I'm saying that will be there for you.
Right. Well, I maintain that I am not getting married again, not through the court system, not through not getting no marriage license, no, none of that. We gonna do it the same way they did it back in the days before all this rigmarole where they try to tie up your property and all these things with this person. This person had better come ready because we are not going to do this whole marriage license rigmarole. I promise you. But listen, man, DJ, I thank you for your story. I thank you for talking to me on the show. Hopefully, we get a chance to do it again. I appreciate you calling. And I appreciate everybody who tunes in. If y'all want to hear more, if y'all want to drop him some comments, if y'all want to hear some more juicy details, Drop the comments in the comments section. I'll review them and then we will get back to you. It took me a long time to set up this interview. Trust me, he's a busy person. He has a full-time job. Plus, he has a side job that he works almost every day. I also have to work. I'm also here on YouTube. I have other responsibilities. So getting the two schedules together was pretty difficult. This has been like more than 2 months in the making because we're already in the middle of October. I was supposed to do it since summertime. So just figure that out. But again, I hope you liked the video. I hope you guys stayed tuned through the whole thing. I hope the effort I took to put it together, you appreciate it. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the content, of course, share it. This is a crazy story. Share it with your family, your friends, your pastor, your here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you next time.
Hey, buddy, can I say one thing to you?
Go ahead.
So, viewers, I'm talking to my buddy and I'm talking to you guys out there. Now, I know that we try to keep it pretty short and clean, but if you guys want to hear the real details of everything that really took place and all the juicy stuff, let my boy know, hit him up, and we could do a part 2 and I'll go further into details.
Oh, y'all hear that? There's juicy stuff. I thought what we just heard was the juicy stuff. So there's more juicy stuff to come. So make sure you subscribe so when it comes, you guys know. All right? Peace.